Hey there my lovelies, and welcome to my BookTube channel, the Sassy Library Fox. My name is V, and today I'm going to bring back my LGBTQIA Rep Book Tag. Yeah, I didn't do that one for a very long time. I came up with this tag years ago. At first I did it on my blog, and then I decided to do it on my BookTube. So this tag has been around for a very long time. Last year I didn't do it because I didn't have the time for it. This year I decided to bring it back. As for the rules, I would love for you to tag me in your video if you decide to go for it, because one, I would really love to hear all your answers and to get great book recommendations, and two, it's also very helpful to know who did the tag. So yeah, that would be really much appreciated. I tried to be as diverse as possible with this tag. I created it a couple of years ago. There are 15 prompts, and with some of the prompts you really have a chance to put in representations that you didn't see or that you want to see in this tag. So I put a lot of thought and effort into this tag and into the banners I made for it and the prompts themselves. So yeah, just to let you know, there are always options to include representation that isn't that obviously stated in here. Okay. So I don't know how long my cam's battery is going to last, so I better start now and we will see how far I get. Let's come to the first prompt and do this in Pride Month. Best month to do a tag like that, honestly. So here goes nothing. I got my coffee at the ready, I got my sheets, and the first prompt is Female Strength, a book with a lesbian heroine. And yeah, I just thought about a different book, but then recently I finished Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I think the two women in this book are definitely heroes, and they fit this prompt so perfectly because they're also a lesbian couple. And I just loved Atmosphere. It's basically about Joanne, and Joanne wants to go in space, and the book plays in the 1980s, I think. Yeah, 1980s, you might say, at the beginning of the 1980s. And it's about the first woman going up in space. And there are a couple of female candidates that want to go up there, that go through the training of NASA, and that just, yeah, they want to be the first ones in space and go where no woman ever went before. And Joanne is one of them, and yeah, she kind of develops feelings for another woman that also wants to go up in space, and this love story was so beautiful. Honestly, I just loved those two, the way they communicated, the way they were together so effortlessly, even though the times prohibited them from showing their affection in public. It was this book. At the end of this book I even cried, so yeah, this was a great representation. I mean, women going up in space, that's amazing, that's just amazing, and then make it a lesbian couple and it's perfect for this prompt. Okay, prompt number 2, Cinnamon Roll, a book with an adorable gay character. And I think I will go with The Charm Offensive here by Alison Cochran, because Charlie Winshaw is really so precious, but also Dev. Dev is such a precious cinnamon roll as well. They both fit that prompt actually. And I just love this book so much. It's basically the bachelor is supposed to pick one of 20 women and in the end picks the producer kind of story. It's really great, the male producer, I might add. It's really lovely. I love Charlie and Dev together. They were both adorable and great in their own way. There was a mental health representation as well. This book is amazing and so underrated, and a lot of people should read it. Definitely way more than already did, because this was legit one of my favorite books I read in 2025. Okay. I'm gonna take a sip here before I come to the next prompt, which is prompt number 3. Boys and Girls, a book with a bi rep done right. And I think I will go with They Hate Each Other by Amanda Woody here. Also, one of my favorite reads of 2025. I binged that book in a couple of days. Yeah, binging for me means that I read it in the span of a couple of days. There's not much time to read. I'm always very busy, but I read that one in a short time span because it was amazing. We basically have Dylan and Jonah, and they couldn't be more opposite than they already are. Problem is, both of them have besties, and those besties are dating. And everyone knows that both of them are bi. So their besties kind of assume that their rivalry and their antagonism they have going on is just suppressed lust, you might say. And then one night, Jonah crashes in Dylan's room after, I think it was homecoming. And the next day, the rumor mill is going crazy. And both of them just decide that they will go along with it and fake it until everyone is off their backs, and then they will publicly break up and everything will go back to normal and people won't assume anything anymore. Problem is, they really get to know each other and they fall for each other. And Jonah is so precious. Seriously, I love Jonah's character so much. He had really such a weight to carry, and it was so nice to see Dylan realizing what Jonah did, what he was up to. And this book made me cry as well. Broken boys galore, honestly. It was great. I can highly recommend reading that one. 4th prompt. Should I take another sip? Yes. I need the energy. Okay, number 4, The Body and the Soul, a book with a transgender character. And I think I just go with The Spirit Bears Its Teeth by Andrew Joseph White here, because Andrew Joseph White writes the most amazing transgender characters ever. There's always the religious aspect in his books as well. I just love his books. They are amazing, and The Spirit Bears Its Teeth is honestly such a great book as well. It's basically about Silas, and Silas was born as a girl, but Silas is a boy. And in his world, the women with violet eyes, and he has violet eyes, are forced to marry speakers and to be speaker wives with little to none rights to do what they want. And Silas won't have it and makes an attempt to escape an arranged marriage. But yeah, in the end, he ends up in some sort of finishing school / asylum for girls with violet eyes that don't want to get married. And yeah, the topics in here are kind of brutal. Not gonna sugarcoat that. That's typical Andrew Joseph White. He never holds back with the representation he writes. But the book was really great, and I totally loved Silas as a character, and I can highly recommend reading all of Andrew Joseph White's books. They are all great. Okay, prompt number 5. We're all queer. A queer rep you'd love to see more often in books. Honestly, I always say I would love to see more demisexual representation, pansexual representation, and gender fluid representation in books, because there is still not enough of it. And yeah, I think it still needs a lot more representation than we have in our books. I know there are people that say there are already too many labels and no one knows anything anymore, but I think the more labels the better. It really helps you to figure yourself out, and if just one person feels seen, then that rep is already amazing and awesome. Yeah, that's my stance on things. And I recently had the pleasure to read gender fluid representation in a book, and it was Free Me by Beck Gray, and Steph was really awesome. I love the way gender fluidity was represented in this book, how Steph changed between their genders, and how the environment and the people around Steph were so supportive. Yeah. Really great book. Highly recommend reading it. Prompt number 6. All About Pronouns. A book with a non-binary character. And I think I'll go with The Witched Bargain by Kate Cole Novoa here, because this was great. We have Mar, and Mar is a trans masc non-binary teen privateer, or the son of a privateer. We won't say pirates here, because the author decided not to use the term pirates. And it's even explained at the ending of the book, I loved it by the way, why the author chose not to say pirates. And also there is a gender fluid character as well, a side character, and a gay side character too. So this book was great, and Mar was amazing. They are looking for their father because El Diablo took his soul, and Mar is desperately trying to get their father back while also living among the crew of another captain who's also a privateer, and the captain's son, Bas, is kind of besotted with Mar. It's all very good and well done, very well written if you want to read a book with a trans masc non-binary character, a gender fluid character, and to top it off, a gay character. Read that one. It's amazing. Okay, prompt number 7. A romantic ace. A character that belongs to the ROA spectrum. I'll go with Don't Let the Forest In by C.G. Drews here, because this book is still spooking in my mind. I can't stop thinking about Andrew and Thomas. Honestly, those two boys will forever be in my mind. This book was just so great. Honestly, if you haven't read Don't Let the Forest In by now, do it. Do it now. Amazing. Really just amazing. And Andrew is our ace. And he is very worried about what this means for his crush on Thomas. And I really like the representation in here, all the thoughts that were going on in Andrew's mind, the way he so strongly and deeply feels for Thomas, and still has the feeling that his love might not be enough because he doesn't want to get physical with him. Yeah. amazing story, amazing book. The ending, I still think about it each and every single day, honestly. Read it. Read that one. If you don't read any of the books I just recommended, read that one, please. I beg you, please. Okay, prompt number 8, another sip. One Big Family, a book that features lots of different LGBTQIA reps. And I think I will go with Ophelia After All here by Rachael Marie. I think it's Raquel Marie. That one had a lot of representations in it. Also found family. I love that Ophelia could explore her identity and sexuality in a more or less safe environment. And we also have a lot of diverse characters in here. We don't just have LGBTQIA plus representation, because we have pan, bi, asexual, Korean and Black and Latin characters as well. This book had it all, and it's so underrated. Seriously, I honestly don't know why not a lot of people talk about Ophelia After All, but it's really such a great book. And Ophelia has or develops all of a sudden a crush on a girl. And before that, she was always boy crazy, and she is kind of known for loving roses and being boy crazy. But then all of a sudden, Talia comes along, I think that's the girl's name, and she can't help but fall for her. And her entire picture of her is shifting so drastically that she has trouble and struggles with that change. But it's written so well, highly recommended. Please read that book. Yeah, definitely One Big Family. Okay, number 9, Sapphic Love, your favorite FF couple. And I think that might be Red and Blue from This Is How You Lose the Time War by Amal El-Motar and Max Gladstone. Red and Blue were just amazing. I love the love. I love the way this book is written and the prose in it. I love the different ways they communicate. I just love everything about Red and Blue. It's really, this book was a revelation when I read it last year, and I absolutely ended up loving it so much. Number 10. Boys Love, your MMOTP. And I think this is always the same answer and will always remain the same answer. I still love Andrew and Neil from the All for the Game series, or Andrel as you might call them in short, as their ship name. But I also started the Sunshine Court recently, and I'm beginning to ship Sherry Sean as well. Jeremy and Sean, for the people that don't know about the characters yet. Those two are my OTP and always will be. There's no better MM pairing than Andre, seriously. If you haven't read the All for the Game series, you should definitely do it. But before you do it, please be aware of all the trigger warnings. There are a lot. It's not an easy to digest series. So be aware of that before you go into this series. That's all I'm going to say. I could talk about this one for ages, but then we wouldn't have enough time on my video and my cam would probably run out of battery. So I'll leave it at that. Okay, number 11, Sidekick. Your favorite LGBTQIA plus side character. And that one is always and will always be Nico D'Angelo from Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson series. I think he also makes an appearance in the Heroes of Olympus. He's always been a side character so far, but I know that there's a series that's just about him, and I'm making my way through the Trials of Apollo right now to get to that series. So there's that. I can't wait to read Nico's own series. I'm so pumped for it. I already saw it at the library and Once I'm done with the Trials of Apollo, I will definitely go for that one. Because Nico D'Angelo is amazing. I loved him from the moment he appeared on page. He's my precious boy, seriously. Okay, number 12, Stealing the Show, an LGBTQIA+ side character couple that rocks your socks. And I think I will go with I Kissed Sarah Wheeler here by Casey McQuiston. I should have shipped Sarah and the narrator of the story, but I unexpectedly shipped a side character couple. And I don't know what it was about Rory and Smith, but I shipped them so hard. I shipped them more than I shipped the main couple, which definitely qualifies for Stealing the Show. And yeah, I think they were the best thing about I Kissed Sarah Wheeler. It didn't get an all too high rating from me because I just couldn't ship the main ship that much. There was not enough chemistry for me, but those two side characters definitely had a lot of chemistry and I shipped them really hard. So that would be the perfect example of LGBTQIA+ characters stealing the show. Okay, next one, number 13, Strong Beliefs, an LGBTQIA+ book that deals with religion. And I always go with Hell Followed With Us by Andrew Joseph White here, because this book is legit the queer book with a religious aspect you should definitely read. There are others as well. I think there's Angels Before Men. I still haven't read that one, but I really want to get to that one because it sounds amazing. Maybe next year or the next time I do my original tag, I will put Angels Before Men here and will tell you a little bit about what the book is about. But for now, I will just go with Hell Followed With Us here because Benji is a trans MC that escapes a religious cult and wants to live his life is just perfect for this prompt. As already said, read Andrew Joseph White's books. They're all amazing. Okay, maybe my last tip because we're already heading to question number 14. Rainbows Everywhere, a book with an unapologetic cover. And I think I will go with Icebreaker by A.L. Graziadei here because Mickey the Third and his rival Jason Caulfield, you might say it's some sort of heated rival story because two hockey players have a rivalry going on for being drafted for a team and being the first one to be drafted and kind of fall in love behind the scenes. So I love that cover because it was great. They are standing in front of each other and their foreheads are touching and they have this really intense grip on each other, and it's just, I love it. It's really such a lovely and great cover. I will blend it in here because it's amazing and the story was great as well. Also in here there's a lot of queer representation, even a polyamorous relationship. So honestly, this book has a lot of great and awesome queer representation as well, and you definitely should read it. It was great. I loved it. Jason and Mickey were just a really sweet couple as well, and they support each other exactly the way they need it. Okay, last prompt, last sip. Future Generations, your most anticipated LGBTQIA+ release. And this is definitely Scorpion Deep by C.G. Drews. I've been dying to read this book. It will be released in October, at the end of October 2026. and I can't wait to get this book into my hands because it's legit about Jonathan, and Jonathan feels alone and all his friends are leaving the island he's living on, and in a desperate attempt to make his life right and not to be left alone, he prays to a sea god, an eldritch sea god at that. And to Jonathan's surprise and shock, his prayers are answered by that ancient sea god. And apparently that sea god, Scorpion Deep, is obsessed with Jonathan at least as much as he is obsessed with him. And it sounds like some sort of really toxic relationship going on between those two, but I honestly can't wait to read it. Knowing C.G. Drews, this is going to be a wild ride, and I honestly can't wait to pick it up and to read it and to get it into my greedy fingers. Okay, so that was the last prompt of my tag. I'm going to think about who to tag for this one. I don't always want to tag the same people, so I might mix it up and tag you in the description box down below so that you can do this video as well, if you want to, of course. I would love to hear your answers if you did. And don't forget to tag me as well so that I can see your video. If you don't do that, I will never see it. So yeah, please tag me in your video if you decide to do this tag as well. And yeah, I guess that's it. This is the ending of my video. It's already been way too long, so I will just wrap it up here and say that there's nothing left to tell except of take care, stay healthy and safe, and see you around the next time. Bye!